Good afternoon. This is the India Deep Brief for Sunday, 16th August 2026, covering India, Gujarat, GST, business, markets, technology, international affairs, energy and sport. India is moving from Independence Day celebration back to the harder question of delivery. The national ceremony and public participation highlighted pride and ambition. The test now is whether policy becomes better public services, productive jobs, reliable infrastructure, safer communities and broader opportunity. Speeches set direction, but citizens and businesses ultimately experience government through execution at state, city and district level. Flood recovery remains an important governance story, particularly in Assam. The immediate work involves relief, health support, restored roads, electricity and communications. Repeated floods also keep longer-term resilience on the agenda: river and wetland management, early warning systems, drainage, stronger housing and transport links that can keep functioning under stress. Disaster response should be judged not only by announcements, but by how quickly affected families regain safety and livelihoods. In Gujarat, monsoon risk remains highly local. Rainfall can differ sharply between nearby districts, so official location-specific alerts are more useful than a single statewide summary. Urban drainage, underpasses, highways, farms, ports, warehouse and industrial supply chains all need attention. Families should avoid flooded roads, while businesses should maintain alternate routes and communication plans for time-sensitive logistics. On GST and tax, no fresh nationwide GST rate change was confirmed in the latest official material reviewed for this edition. That distinction matters. Commentary, proposals and viral messages do not change tax law. Businesses should act on official notifications, verified GST Council communications and portal advisories, and should reconcile returns with their own books before filing. The broader GST story is scale. A recent government backgrounder said registered taxpayers increased from about 66.5 lakh in 2017 to roughly 1.65 crore by May 2026. A larger tax base can support revenue and formalization, but it also raises the importance of simpler filing, stable technology, clear guidance and predictable dispute resolution. Portal automation can help, yet taxpayers remain responsible for accurate classification, credit claims and interest calculations. For business and markets, Indian exchanges return after the Independence Day break with more than one global session to absorb. Investors will be watching international interest rate expectations, foreign portfolio flows, the rupee, crude oil and company earnings. A holiday gap can make the opening move sharper because several developments are reflected at once. Traders should treat technical levels as risk markers, not promises, while long-term investors should stay focused on earnings durability and balance sheet strength. India's economic policy continues to emphasize manufacturing, telecommunications, infrastructure and strategic technology. The relevant question is conversion. Announced investment must become operating capacity, domestic value addition, skilled employment and competitive exports. Delays in land, power, financing or approvals can weaken otherwise promising projects. Artificial intelligence shows why execution matters. India's AI and semiconductor ambitions require much more than software models. They need data centers, reliable electricity, cooling, fiber networks, specialized chips, cyber security and trained workers. Human-centered adoption also requires privacy, safety testing, accountability and accessible design. Businesses that build these requirements into products from the start are more likely to earn trust and avoid expensive failures. Energy remains the clearest external vulnerability. The Finance Ministry's June economic review said stress in global energy markets had eased from the peak, but vulnerabilities persisted because shipping disruption and supply uncertainty had not disappeared. For India, a sustained rise in crude prices can widen the import bill, pressure the rupee and raise transport and manufacturing costs. Oil therefore links distant geopolitical events directly to household inflation, corporate margins and monetary policy expectations. Internationally, regional rhetoric after the Independence Day period should be assessed through verified actions rather than dramatic clips. Official diplomacy, military posture, shipping conditions and energy flows are more useful indicators than anonymous claims. A disciplined information diet is especially important when security and markets can react quickly to misinformation. In sport, India made a strong start to the first test against Sri Lanka in Galle, ending day 1 at 288 for 2 according to widely reported match updates. The two-test series forms part of the ICC World Test Championship, and India entered it seeking to improve its position. The challenge now is conversion, turning a strong platform into a commanding first innings total, then applying pressure in conditions expected to favor spin as the match develops. The takeaway for the next 24 hours is to watch Assam's recovery, district-level Gujarat weather, verified GST guidance, Monday's market opening, crude oil and shipping risk, the quality of AI infrastructure execution, and day 2 in Galle. This is Good Thoughts. Thank you for watching and stay informed.